Good Saturday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this February 16th of 2019. It was nice at least to get a bit of a break in the action after dealing with the freezing drizzle and sleet that many of us saw yesterday. We were still stuck under the clouds today with temperatures still cold, but again, nice to get a break before we see the action pick back up a bit as we go throughout the course of the night. Our time-lapse from Indigo Sky just outside of Seneca, Missouri showed the cloud cover which held steady as we went throughout the course of the day, helping to keep temperatures from warming up too much. As far as tonight into tomorrow morning goes, this is our main headline. Winter weather advisory is back in play for much of the area until 6 o'clock Sunday morning. And even the Skywatch Storm Tracker is showing quite a bit of moisture up in the clouds, at least in the lower levels of the clouds. But we're not really seeing quite a bit of snow, certainly not much in the way of freezing rain. In fact, if we tweak the radar, we could argue a few random snow flurries trying to make their way down in portions of southeast Kansas, let's say around Erie, St. Paul, Parsons, back toward Independence, almost toward Neodesha. Let's also say Girard, Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and then trying to mix with a little bit of freezing drizzle once it hit about Scammon, Columbus, Crestline, Riverton, Baxter Springs, Galena, and then trying to sneak in on the west sides of Joplin. It's very light. Whatever's going to fall from the clouds tonight will just predominantly be very light freezing drizzle or drizzle if you're warm enough, and maybe a few random sleet pellets mixing in. It's all because of a wave. You can tell where it is with the counterclockwise twist spinning across mainly southeastern Nebraska, but it's still hugging the Kansas-Nebraska state line. That is just wave number one of quite a few we're watching as we head into kind of an active week ahead of us. As far as visibilities go, the areas of fog and mist have certainly been picking up, along with some areas of very light drizzle. That is dropping visibilities, not quite dense fog, but we are seeing visibilities around Joplin dropping to almost 1 3/4 of a mile, 2.5 miles in Pittsburgh, 2 1/4 in Columbus, while the rest of the areas mainly between 3 and 5 miles as far as visibility goes. You can kind of see those pockets of fog and mist trying to really take hold across the east side of Joplin overlooking 7th and Rangeline. As far as the numbers go today, the official numbers had us starting cold at 19. Our last observed high at Joplin Regional was 30 degrees, both numbers well below normal for this time of the year. But back before we hit the 10 o'clock hour, we were at our high for this Saturday, 32 degrees. An east breeze at 6 giving us a bit of a wind chill, making it feel like 26, and that humidity pretty high at 96%. Everybody had to hover between the upper 20s and lower 30s for this afternoon. And even though we are well into the night, some of us have been warming up just a degree or two. 32 in downtown Joplin, 33 in Neosho, 34 in Anderson. Then once you go north and west of Joplin, that is where most areas are staying in the upper 20s to near 30. When you factor in that light breeze, it knocks between 5 and 10 degrees off for the effect against your skin. Back to the maps we go with the satellite and radar view. Again, we'll have our chance for a very light freezing drizzle, maybe a little bit of sleet mixing in going into the overnight as our wave continues to work across northern Kansas and mainly across a good portion of the state of Nebraska. Once we get that wave out of the picture, we have our next wave working in to the Pacific Northwest. This will kind of dig south and east over the Rockies as we head into Sunday and Monday. Then as it kicks out by Tuesday, that is when we could see a stronger system work in, certainly lining up with Doug's pattern. We'll see how Tuesday is shaping up. Before we do, a recap of the forecast for tonight has us staying cloudy and cold, with most of us in the upper 20s to lower 30s, and again, just areas of light freezing drizzle and maybe mixing in with a little bit of sleet, maybe a few random snow flurries the farther north you go, where temperatures might be cold enough to support a few flurries making their way down to the ground. Otherwise, this continues up until about 6 o'clock. Then, once we get past sunrise, any rain, freezing drizzle, or sleet chances that we have, they're out of here. It will stay cloudy for the morning, but I think we can go partly sunny before the afternoon ahead of us is all said and done. And even though we'll have the northwest breeze, the more sunshine that we'll see should certainly help in the temperature department, at least get us back above freezing. 30 in the morning, 34 by noon. We'll have afternoon highs topping out around Joplin, around 38. Let's say mid to upper 30s, north of 44. Then once you venture south, upper 30s to near 40 degrees. And then we stay cold but quiet as we head into Sunday night and Monday morning. As far as expected ice amounts, again, the best shot for any accumulating ice, mainly along the north of 44. And staying well under a tenth of an inch. So this could be a minor glaze in some spots, but as we've seen before, doesn't take much freezing drizzle to cause some slick spots on the road. So let's just be careful about that as we venture throughout the night and into your early Sunday morning. 37 on President's Day. Our Monday is looking dry but cold with partly sunny skies. Then we have our big system still wanting to line up and work in as we head into Tuesday. You can see how it looks going into Tuesday morning. It's resulting in snow in parts of the Rocky Mountains and in parts of western Kansas. For us, we may start the day quiet, but we'll have plenty of cloud cover in place. And then as that wave kicks in, we will see rain, freezing rain and snow. Bit of a wintry mix looking to line up as we head into Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. We'll have to watch the temperature set up. That will determine who will see what and how much that we'll see. We're still a few days away, so we got time to watch this before we start breaking down who could see what and how much. But this system will be out of here once we get past Wednesday morning. And thankfully not much of a cold snap behind that system. 35 Tuesday, 37 Wednesday. Another quick wave with rain chances Thursday with highs near 42. Hopefully back near 50 going into the next weekend. But next weekend, a few more systems to keep an eye on as well. Have a good night. Have a great Sunday.